Time for our podcast.
Yes, lots of things on the show today. We got joined by Emma Gillespie, our entertainment guru, who spoke about is it Jake Paul? No.
Yep.
Yes?
You got
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to be the only person in the world who managed to avoid it. Though I did see a shot of Mike Tyson's bare bum as he walked away wearing a G-string.
It's just another weekend, really. Also, the tribal drum will beat for instruction smuctions.
Yes, Jonesy refuses to put things together, so his wife does it.
Mm-hmm.
This week, she got into trouble, in all kinds of trouble, trying to follow the instructions. We had Reese Nicholson on the show, and we put Starbucks to the whip poll.
Yeah. It's not the pub test, it's the whip poll.
Get it right,
The
people.
whip poll is the barometer of what Sydney feels about something. The pub test is the barometer of what Sydney feels about something in the pub.
Oh, keep up.
Enjoy the podcast.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller.
Amanda. Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
But you're an idiot.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Well, Amanda, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm getting good grades. Did you watch the fight on the weekend? Jake Paul, Mike Tyson?
I didn't see a frame of it.
Me neither. I just watched highlights. I just watched Mike Tyson bite his glove constantly.
His own glove.
Yeah. I was really hoping for the old blokes that Mike Tyson had put Jake Paul on his bum, but that wasn't going to happen.
But is Jake Paul a professional boxer? I know Emma Gillespie is going to be talking about this in her entertainment segment later on. Is he a professional boxer? I know he's a massive YouTuber.
He's a big YouTuber. And
Oh,
I think
you big YouTuber.
I've never been much of a boxing fan. You know, I appreciate it, but it's not something I pursue. I've always liked Mike Tyson because we're sort of similar age, and I remember at the time, I always remember when he was about 20 thereabouts, and they were doing an interview, and they said, "Who will be the person that beats you?" And he says, "The person that will beat me hasn't even been born yet." So
Would that have been true of this guy?
Well, pretty much. Jake Paul's 27, so when Mike Tyson was 20, Jake Paul didn't exist. So that I always found kind of interesting. But I thought, with Rocky Balboa, the really good Rocky, the last one, and he goes back into the ring to fight that young guy, and it's like an exhibition fight.
In that movie, who wins?
Well, it's not really, It's not really.
In a movie, they don't have an outcome.
Well, it's like it's an exhibition fight, so there's no, who wins. It's not.
But
like
did he redeem himself?
He redeems himself. There's redemption, but the belt that they gave away was the MVP belt, and it looked like someone's mum had made up this award for Logan Paul to win.
And did they someone was saying they bowed to each other at the end. It just looked like they're two mates. Was it all fake?
Well, Tyson got a lot of money for it. You got $20 million or something like that to step into the ring. But it'd be like if Jem Ryan, good morning, Ryan.
Hey.
If all of a sudden he started to take me on in a DJ battle, in a radio battle, but I'd been retired for 20 years and decided to come back into the fold.
Gee, is someone going to do pay-per-view for that? Because I'd love that.
Jem Ryan and I doing DJ stuff.
Why don't we do a boxing match?
Go on, do it.
I reckon I could put you on the ground easy.
I reckon I could.
Yeah.
And I've got a fractured elbow.
Thank you. Well, no, but boxing's not my expertise. Can you fight? Are you a fighter?
Nah, but I reckon I could if I tried hard enough. Yeah.
There's Jonesy who thinks he can do everything but can't play comb and paper, as we've established.
Well, I never looked.
When you become a grandfather early next year, we should do Take on Gramps, and you can have a boxing match, you can have a bricklaying competition.
I've never been in a boxing.
Take on Gramps.
I was in a fight when I was about 18.
Did you look like Prince in Purple Rain?
It was a bit like that, and I was very drunk and under other substances as well, so I don't really remember too much about it. But that was the last time I was in a fight.
And did you connect with somebody? Not spiritually.
Yeah. I did get a couple of good hits in there.
And did they hit you?
Yeah. So it was like it was a mate of mine.
Was it at school? Of course he was a friend of yours. Why would you fight with someone you didn't like?
It's a mate.
I don't understand men. And
But then I did fight with my brother a fair bit, so I always had that.
A lot of people were saying that the women's fight beforehand was, I just can't watch men or women just punching each other. It's not, I don't
Not
see
for
this,
you.
it's not for me. I'm happy if it's for you, but it's not for me. Why don't we just watch people put cheese graters on each other's faces?
I'm pretty sure
Take on Gramps.
ESPN would have that. Well, we'll put that in the suggestion box, Ryan.
Sometimes you say that when I'm paneling, it's like I'm wearing boxing gloves, so...
Well, that's more about, because you pressed the wrong button.
Oh.
And Jonesy's mum used to make him wear boxing gloves when he went to bed.
Okay. That's not true. Reece Nicholson's going to be on the show today.
Absolutely. We've got $2,000 up for Instagram, but should we kick off with what's this thing called?
The Magnificent Seven.
What's this called, love? Here's question 1. A hatchback is a type of what?
Jam Nation.
We've just received a nice email from Christine. Can I read it out?
Sure. I like nice emails.
I'll read it out as it's written. Darlings, Amanda, Ryan and Jonesy.
Oh.
So Ryan's name's before Jonesy's now, and mine's before Jonesy's too. So this is nice. I like it, Christine.
Go on.
Thank you so much for your love, she said. Ryan, I'm going to miss your lovely laugh and your laughs.
Oh.
I'm a Scorpio like your mother. We are the best. How'd she know your mum's a Scorpio?
Oh, because it was her birthday on Friday.
Oh, okay.
I think I mentioned it.
Happy birthday.
Did you get her a
not
present?
Anne-Marie.
Did you get your mum a present?
Yeah.
What?
I got her a gift card.
Easy way out.
From where?
Just a massage place.
Oh, okay.
Is it Suzette? Have I got the name right?
Suzanne.
Oh, bugger.
What'd you call her the other day?
Anne-Marie. I said, is it Anne-Marie? And you said, what's that? I said, it's a woman's name. Anyway, she said,
okay.
she said, thanks, guys. I wish that Jonesy wasn't such a doofus.
Yeah.
Ryan, will you still be on Sundays?
No.
Well, Christine, we've probably broken your heart.
Yeah, but what a
And yes,
what a nice
I know, it is nice.
message.
And she's very perceptive. Jonesy is a giant doofus.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Ryan, will you still be on Sundays?
I'm not coming in on Sundays.
Oh, I thought you had some sort of arrangement with a listener.
Oh, I see.
Come on.
I tell you what, you make that mistake once. Let's get into the Magnificent Seven. 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
Yeah, they regretted being the 10th caller through.
But it's about getting question 7 right.
Eileen is in Breakfast Point. Hello, Eileen.
Hi.
Hello, a hatchback, this is question 1, is a type of what?
Car.
A car.
Are we wasting your time, Eileen? Car.
Can they all be that easy, please?
Over the weekend, Mike Tyson lost a boxing match against which YouTuber turned boxer?
Jake something.
Sorry, Eileen.
Tanya's in Oran Park.
Tanya, do you know Jake's surname?
Paul.
Jake Paul.
So how many punches did he land in the fight?
Tyson landed just under 18 punches across an 8-round bout. Is this English? And
Yep.
Paul landed 78 times that on the veteran.
Did you see Mike Tyson wearing that thong?
What was that about?
He kisses his son.
And he turns around and he's wearing like chaps without a bum in them.
It's an athletic support. But it just reminded me of one of those guys, you see in the car park that goes for a surf, but they don't use a towel when they put their wetsuit on.
Oh.
They're just happy with public nudity.
I kept seeing that image like it's become a meme. I thought, what's that from?
Let's play the not so secret sound.
Duh. Tanya, what's this sound?
Tanya.
A vehicle reversing of some sort. Maybe.
No, there's other sounds around it
Stop you
that
right
would
there,
that
Tanya,
would
before we go too far.
give you the giveaway.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
The Magnificent Seven.
We're up to question 3, which is the not-so-secret sound. Duh. Now, part of this will sound like a truck reversing, but listen to the sounds around it because it's not a truck reversing. Hello, Dale in Albion Park. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Here we go. Have a listen to this. What do you think it is?
Microwave.
It's a microwave.
Or microwave, as old mate says.
But remember what you say, Brendan, when your microwave says enjoy your meal?
Yeah.
And if you're just putting in a coffee, you go, it's not a meal, you idiot. You're talking to your appliances.
I do.
Who's the idiot?
I have better conversations with that than my youngest son. True. I mean, according to Forbes, which city has the most billionaires, Dale? Is it A, New York, B, Hong Kong, or C, London? Who has the most billionaires?
New York.
New York.
New York has 110 billionaires. And what are their addresses, please? Hong Kong has 74. London, what a povo city, only 62 billionaires.
I wonder where Sydney fits in on that.
How many billionaires would we have?
Actually, I don't think we have any.
There's one working upstairs.
Do we? No.
I'm joking.
No,
Carl's not a billionaire.
He's not. He's
Next year, sure.
No.
I think we have like 20.
Do we?
Yeah.
Well, you know that, right?
Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah.
And
20.
Eddie,
I was looking for some inspiration
Right.
when I leave this joint.
did you find any?
Nah.
Because you are leaving this job
And
at
you've
the end of
said
the year.
you don't want to do, you've said Ryan, you've used the name in the third person, doesn't want to do anything physical,
Yeah.
no lifting, no standing.
Yeah, I
true.
think I said Ryan doesn't climb a ladder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
so-
does. Because we had someone that rang up and said, because you were looking for greener pastures, and we had someone that said, well, I've got a position at my landscaping business, and you said no to that.
Yeah, don't do that. It
And
was
then-
like the cake shop.
And you wanted a sweet life, and someone from a cake shop rang up.
Yeah.
And you said no.
But
said no
I
to
want to go into like YouTubing and boxing and stuff.
Okay, there we go.
And stuff.
You know what? And he will be a pioneer.
This is question 5. True or false? The only difference between perfume and cologne is marketing. Is that true or false, Dale?
False.
It is false. Perfumes, and I never knew this, have a stronger scent than a cologne because they've got a higher concentration of the essential oils.
The outermost layer of the Earth is known as the Earth's what, Dale?
It's hoodie?
Core.
No, core is
No, the
inside.
core's the inside. What's the outerish
Core.
bit?
That's what
Nathan?
Amanda hears when she's down the beach.
Someone's saying, wish she'd suck in her core.
Core.
Hello, Nathan in Barrel. How are you?
I'm well. How are you this
Very
morning?
well. The outermost layer of the Earth is known as the Earth's what?
Is it the crust?
Yeah,
It's
that's what
crust.
Jonesy hears when he's down.
What do I feel today? Like Monday is a hard day, and you're making it harder. Which US presidential candidate spent over $18,000 on Uber Eats?
Oh, would that be Donald Trump?
No,
No.
it's the other one.
One would wonder how much the Trump campaign.
So did you see a photo the other day? A big celebratory dinner on a plane they might have been. So there's RFK Jr., there's Trump, there's Elon Musk. I can't remember who else is with them. They're all eating Maccas with a knife and fork on a plane. Yeah, come on.
At
And
the
how cold
drive-thru.
is Macca's in the air?
Yeah, it would be cold, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
ridiculous. Philip's in Canley Heights. Hello, Philip.
Hello, good morning.
It was the other candidate. So which presidential candidate spent over $18,000 on Uber Eats?
Yep, that was Kamala.
That's
Yeah,
the one,
monster.
Kamala Harris. She needed it all on her own. That was just her campaign.
That's a lot of Subway. Congratulations, you've won the Jam Pack. It's all coming your way, Philip. $200 to spend on glasses at Bailey Nelson. World-class eyewear without the designer price tag. A $150 Priceline voucher thanks to Quality Health, Australian-owned vitamins and supplements, and Jonesy and Amanda Coach choose for you to colour in some Stater pencils. Philip, I say, anything you'd like to add to this?
I love the show, guys, and I wish you guys were going on like longer through Christmas.
You know, it's interesting, Philip, that we offered to do that.
We did.
Because all of Australia has holidays in January. We're sort of back on air in mid-January, but we're not here for December, and we were happy to stay longer.
We said it to the boss, and the boss said, yeah, there's no need.
He said, Miranda and Jeffrey, no need, he said.
There's no need. You don't have to work any longer. So, Philip, you want to take it up
Thank you
with
for your
management?
kind words. Thank you for your kind words.
Thank you, guys.
Carry on.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. Let's go, let's go.
No time for chit chat. I want to go home.
Well, I'm going to flick through our Jarmanac, our big book of musical facts. On this day in 1978, Billy Joel hit number 1 on the US album chart with his 6th studio album called 52nd Street.
Great
Remember
album.
That one, loved it. This was also the first commercial album to be released on compact disc.
Oh.
You know, his appeal spans generations. It really does. Here he is, talking as a young man.
I'm basically a songwriter. I wanted to be a rock and roll star when I was a teenager. Now I'm 27, and I want to be a good musician.
Imagine Imagine if he knew he'd still be a rock star at 75. He's 75 now.
Still putting bums on seats, Billy.
As he always will. Let's hear it from
we're
Billy.
playing We Didn't Start the Fire.
Let's hear it from Billy in all his digital glory. Here it is.
Great song.
Jam Nation.
The pub test on Friday, serving only mid-strength beer at Western Sydney sporting venues. Tale of two cities here.
That's right. So you can get full-strength beer at Allianz, but not at a number of the other...
Combank Stadium.
Yeah.
Down at Shark Park, they serve up that watery Great Northern junk, which is terrible. We put that to the pub test on Friday.
No, it certainly doesn't. But stadiums are big enough, they should be having both.
If you're driving past the booze bust after the mid-strength beer, you're actually going to be thanking the stadium that was only mid-strength and not full-strength. So, yeah, staying under the limit, it'll definitely pass that pub test.
Really, those stadiums, Parramatta and Cronulla, you'd think they'd have full-strength beer because it'd be easier for the fans to put up with the pathetic teams that play there, mate. So maybe they should put extra full-strength beer on them.
It certainly does not. First of all, there's certain plastic cups. You're paying extra taxes every 6 months for the beer, and then you've got to pay the premium on top to have the privilege of watching the team lose.
I think it does because you've got people who actually drive so they can't drink full strength, but why not have a selection of both? Let people make the choices. What's next? Choose what we eat. There's too much testosterone in friggin' sausage rolls and pies. You're going to be eating quiches and bloody spring rolls.
Definitely doesn't. You spend twice the amount of money, spend twice the amount of time at the bar and the toilet. It's like eating a lolly with a wrapper on or wearing a condom. No fun.
What are people doing at the games? I'm intrigued.
Anyway, on Pretty Boy Ferguson's news last night...
Welcome back. Sydney is bridging its great beer divide. Currently, full-strength beer is only served at stadiums in the east, while spectators in the west can only buy half-strength beers. Campaigners say that didn't pass the pub test and the Minns government agreed, allowing full strength to flow across the city.
Could have mentioned us in there, Mark.
Is there a more Australian story? If you flew from overseas and were watching the news... a news story about our beer isn't strong enough at the football.
And give it up for Minzy. He's getting stuff done.
Isn't he?
Although you probably could give the nurses some more money, bro.
Yeah, maybe.
Sling the nurses some more money.
But you've sorted out the beer.
It's 14-7. Coming up, interesting tale of a barbecue and reading the instructions on the weekend.
Oh, have you divorced?
No. If you're about to get married, I've got some timely advice when it comes to instructions and things when you buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
What are those?
Smuctions. I'm intrigued.
Smuctions. I'm at a stage in my life I'd rather not buy anything new because firstly, I don't want to deal with the packaging. Secondly, I don't want to deal with assembling it and putting it together.
Are there businesses, by the by, that can come and do that? A friend of mine used to buy stuff at Freedom or IKEA and they'd have an arm where they'd come to your house and assemble it.
Yeah, it's true.
I would pay anything for that.
It's true. My kids, I'm going to be a grandpa next year. They're putting the little baby capsule in the car. And I said, well, I'll do that. I said, no.
Tell me you didn't.
Well, I did it all for them.
Yes,
now
that's
you're going to take it
Pretty
to a
much
guy.
It was an elastic band around a carry-all then.
I said to Morgan, mate, you're 32. You've got to this part in your life thanks to me.
No, it's some things you leave to the professionals. That is one.
I got shouted down by that.
Schmucksons.
So I got this Weber barbecue. It's like 5 or 6 years old, and I really like it. Anyway, I cleaned it last weekend, and my daughter and a potential son-in-law came around, and they're looking at the bar. Oh, that's a great looking barbecue. And I said, yeah. And I'd had a couple of beers, and they said, oh, we wish we had a barbecue at our house. And Helen and I said, well, why don't you just take this one? Take this one, and we'll buy a new one. And then the next day, I'm going, why did I give this barbecue away? Because now I've got to buy a new one, and the aforementioned packaging.
So you have to assemble a barbecue.
The base, you got to assemble. You got to assemble everything. You get a bit of A4 paper and you've got to assemble. So anyway, Helen and I came to an arrangement a long time ago that I will no more assemble anything from IKEA because what happens is I yell at the instructions because the instructions are always wrong. And
I can picture the tension.
And then I go into Hulk rage and smash it all up and then...
So what happens? Does she assemble it?
So I do deal with the packaging. I don't mind getting a Stanley knife out and chopping all the box up. I don't mind that at all. And she assembles it. So I let her to assemble it. So here is the instructions for the Weber Barbecue 3100N.
It's a little booklet. Was it easy to follow?
It's like Gideon's Bible. It's like, look at that.
It looks like, what's that little Star Wars character on the front?
Yeah, the
A
one.
baby, what's that one? It's got
Yoda.
a baby Yoda.
Doesn't fit. Anyway, 25 steps. So Helen assembles it up to 25 steps.
Good on her.
Then she notices there's this large piece that hasn't been put into the barbecue. It's quite a substantial piece. And taped underneath that piece is this, an addendum.
Oh. And what does that mean?
These are the words. Use these addendum instructions as step number 2 for installation of additional component. And just when she was thinking, I'm just going to throw that out and pretend I didn't see it, in all capital letters, do not use your grill without installing this component. So she had to pull the whole thing.
No. Do you think what's happened is they printed the booklet and forgot to put in that? So they've put that. So the addendum.
It wasn't even in it.
Was on the piece itself.
It was on the piece. It was miles from the piece.
So did she go into a Hulk rage and smash it up everywhere?
I just wish I was there for the I would have said, well, perhaps you should read the instructions.
And that's,
do all the stuff
Your
that she
Honour,
says
why
to
we're
me.
divorced.
As they say, happy wife, happy life. That's what they say, isn't it?
Do they say that? Happy husband. See, yeah.
Husbands just do their stuff.
Oh, they just do that. They're just up the back with a Stanley knife cutting up cardboard like they're in a workshop.
There's guys my age that live for cutting up cardboard and putting it in a box.
See, men
That's
are
the
very
stage
good at
of
doing
your
the
life.
chores they like. There's a whole lot of stuff women have to do every day, but the men do the stuff they like. So,
Now, you know
remember
what?
a year ago when I chopped up that box? Coming up to Christmas, don't rile a woman who's already getting all the preparations ready.
You call me Vizzy. I'm king of the boxes.
Okay.
Jam Nation.
We're just at a gram right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Instagram.
Let's get ready to rumble. 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. You get all the questions right, $1,000.
You can make it $2,000, but you have to answer one bonus question and it's double or nothing.
Blake's in Penrith.
Hello, Blake.
Hello, I'm Blake. Just shout out to my mum in Tukley.
Oh, okay. What's your mum's name, Blake?
My mum's name is Jillian.
Well, hello, Gillian. And Blake, are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
All
I'm
right.
so ready.
Well, we've got 10 questions. As we always say, if you're not sure, say pass because we often have time to come back, all right?
Okay.
Blake and Gillian, here we go. Question number 1. What's the orange part of the egg called?
Yolk.
Question 2. How many letters are in the alphabet?
26.
Question 3. What planet are we on?
Earth.
Question 4. True or false? There are 3 corners on a triangle.
True.
Question 5. Which band sings Unwell, Real World and 3 a.m.?
Pass.
Question 6. How many wives did Henry VIII have?
6.
Question 7. Who wrote The Shining?
Pass.
Question 8. How many states are in the USA?
50.
Question 9. Arachnophobia is the fear of what?
Spiders.
Question 10. How many zeros are in 10,000?
4.
Back to question 5. Which band sings Unwell, Real World and 3 a.m.?
Pass.
Oh, you can't pass twice, I'm afraid.
Sorry.
He could have made it.
I don't think
you
you can pass twice.
Not you two, no.
No, it was Matchbox
Well, you can pass
20.
twice until the time runs out.
Can you?
And then you could have gone to how many wives did Henry
And would you have
VIII?
known how many wives Henry... Oh, no, it's who wrote The Shining.
Oh, yes.
Stephen King.
Yeah.
And then we could have come back to...
Is that the rule? Is that allowed? I thought we
you
weren't
can
allowed
do
to
that.
go back.
Yeah, well, we're making the rules up as we go. Yeah.
Well, I think you might be.
No, but you can't, if it passed twice, as long as the time's there.
I guess so. Okay, well, I don't think
Okay,
you
from
wouldn't
now
have got,
on,
you wouldn't have got Matchbox 20
An
anyway.
addendum
Sorry,
to
Blake.
that, Blake, you
Blake,
did
I'm
well.
sorry.
And we're all proud of you, including your mum.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Blake. $100
Carry
for
on,
getting
mate.
on with. We'll play again tomorrow.
Yeah, but I think that's fair enough.
All right. Well, I'll run it past a higher authority than you.
I am the highest authority.
I'll put it to the Lord.
You know, when you say talk to the manager, it's me.
No, it's Ryan.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
podcast.
So we were just talking about you, the relationship you have now with your wife. You know each other well enough that you never do the assembly of anything that you buy. You leave that to her. Because what's happened in the past?
One time, many years ago, assembling a barbecue, I threw it over the neighbour's fence. I was so frightened. I just go into this whole
Why would you
rage.
blame the neighbour?
No, that's
Suddenly
right.
they get a barbecue over the fence.
had to sheepishly go next door and say, "Oh, big wind last night. I don't know how the barbecue ended up there."
So, we heard the raging wind.
That's when I was young and hot-headed. What we've learned when we purchase something from IKEA or whatever, Helen puts it together now.
And I can see why.
Because, you know, what she does, she says, she goes, "Did you follow the instructions?" And I said, "Well, yes, but someone in instruction world always leads you astray."
But also, I know you well enough to know that you think you can do stuff without having to follow instructions.
Because the people that write the instructions are idiots.
Yes, and hence you go into a rage when things aren't put together correctly.
We got a barbecue on the weekend. It's the new Weber Q, whatever barbecue, and it's got 25 steps to assemble the base. I reckon you could
barbecue. What's happened to the world?
I reckon you could put a Hawker Harrier jump jet together quicker than this. Anyway, Helen does all the thing, and then she gets to the end, and there's this large piece left behind.
She threw it over the neighbour's fence.
She's gone, "Well, what's this?" Taped to the piece, addendum. Use these addendum instructions at step 2.
Step 2.
Yep.
And you can't just leave them out because why?
It says, "Do not use your grill without installing this component."
Yeah.
So
she had to take the whole thing apart.
And I laughed like.
Oh, and she would have enjoyed your humour. She'd have loved that.
Do you remember that episode of The Simpsons? Homer Simpson gets the barbecue pit.
Yeah, that's one fine-looking barbecue pit. Why doesn't mine look like that?
It just makes me happy. But I think that's something the Tribal Drum would beat for.
Well, what do you want to call it?
Instructions, Smuctions.
Instructions, Smuctions. When have you been been brought unstuck by the instructions? Yeah. Have you had a fight over the instructions? Have you made something that was supposed to be a box skirt, a bridge, and in fact was a bookcase? And
it's ended up in the neighbour's yard.
We'd love to hear from you. Our man of the match, a double pass to see Cirque du Soleil. Ooh. Oh, Lusia yourself. It's going to be in Sydney, opens in Sydney next week, playing at the Entertainment Quarter under the iconic Big Top for a limited season. Please, it's going to be amazing. Give us a call.
Jam Nation.
The Tribal Drum is beating Instructions, Smuctions.
Yeah, that's one fine-looking barbecue pit. Why doesn't mine look like that?
Hello, Tina. How are you?
I'm really good. I have such a funny story. When my son was about 6, we got in a big box, a dump truck for him that you could ride in, you know. We built it, took ages to build, and the wheels were about 18 inches tall, and we're building it, and it's getting bigger and bigger. It was about 4 foot tall and about 3 foot wide, and put it underneath the Christmas tree after all this building of the wheels and the roof and the big dump tray. I thought, oh, he's going to have a ball in this. Put it under the tree, woke up, got in it and thought, wow, this is awesome. Can't wait to take it outside. And guess what? We couldn't get it outside. It was so huge, couldn't get it through the door. We had to unassemble it, then reassemble it out the backyard. It took 3 times, but oh my God.
Then you got to explain how Santa got it down the chimney. Like that.
But the thing is, Santa was, had a few beers building it. It was so, we're thinking, oh my God, it's getting bigger and bigger. It was awesome. We thought it was so great until the next morning. We had to unassemble it to get it out the door and then reassemble it again.
Those things are really hard.
You're a bit hysterical there.
We've triggered something here. Those ones are notoriously hard. Harley has actually built a Lotus 18 race car from an old chassis, has rebuilt a car with his friend, and he said that wasn't as hard as trying to put together one of those little cars for the kids. He swore, he yelled, all of that same stuff.
Trampoline, anyone? They're the worst thing in the world.
Hello,
Steve has joined us.
How are you guys?
Very well. Tell us about the instructions.
Well, I bought a exhaust fan thing that goes over the top of the stove when we bought our first old house in Western Sydney. And there must have been one there before because there was a PowerPoint on the wall. I said to my wife, look, any village idiot can put this together. I said, all it is I've just got to put it up on the wall and it'll be all right. She says, all right. So we went to the hardware shop. We bought it. It was in the box, bought it home. They give you a piece of paper, you measure it up, you screw the holes, do the stuff, put the mounts up, screwed it all up, put it all up. And I said, there you go. I said, how easy was that? Turn it on and this rank smell come out of it. And every time we turn it on, this smell would come out. And my wife said, what have you done? You've done something wrong. And I said, I've done nothing wrong. What could I have done wrong? And she kept accusing me that I'd done it, I'd stuffed it, there was something wrong. So she said, take it down, piss it off. It's annoying me. Every time I turn it on, the whole house gets this rank smell. We took it back to the hardware. The guy pulled the top cover off it and jammed in next to where the motor was quite a large, dead, rotting mouse. It was mummified. So every time we turned it on, the smell of this mouse was getting blown up and out where the fresh air was supposed to come and the cooking smell was supposed to be good.
It was the opposite of a fresh air cleaner.
Well, it's not your fault, Steve. That's not Steve's fault.
No, but she said to me, you went by the instructions, and I said, look, I didn't put the mouse in there. It was nothing.
See, as soon as you get out a piece of paper, a couple's going to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we're going to take more of your calls.
That's not your fault, Steve.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
You're live on the air. Live and kicking. It's a great day to be alive. And away we go.
Instructions, Smuctions. I was just thinking about when I was a kid, my Uncle Peter had this rustic wooden garden shed. You could buy these things, and it was supposed to look old school, rustic with a pinched roof, and it's got little shutters and little planter boxes out the front.
I can picture it exactly like Swiss Family Robinson.
I also remember him saying instructions are for mugs, and he put it together. It looked like a demented kid had put it together, and it was supposed to have a pitched roof, but it didn't have a flat roof because he couldn't be bothered putting the pitch in it. And at the bottom of each wall, there was a giant gap because it looked like a house of cards stacked together. To make it even worse, his neighbour had exactly the same shed, the rustic wooden shed, and he'd followed the instructions.
And put together perfectly.
And
like a gingerbread house.
People would come around to compare and contrast between the two.
Yeah, as a lesson for their children. See?
The good thing about my Uncle Pete's was you could get up on the roof and jump off into the pool because it had a flat roof. But other than that.
Well, that's what we're talking about this morning. Instructions, Smuctions.
Yeah, that's one fine-looking barbecue pit. Why doesn't mine look like that?
Hello, Danny. Tell us about your story of the instructions.
Good morning, guys. How are we?
Very well.
That's good. A few years ago, my husband and I at the time bought a double bunk bed for our younger daughter. Anyways, gets it home, no problems. He goes, I'm going to put it together. And I just looked to it. Okay, you do that. And I walked away knowing this is not going to end well. Well, about 45 minutes later, I'm in the kitchen, and all I hear was a scream, a smash, a curse. And I walked back in and goes, so are you over it yet? He looked at me, dead in the eye, and goes, get somebody to put it together for me right now. Okay, no problem. Anyway, just as late, we sold the property, and I said, so how do you intend to get this out? And he goes, one or two ways. I said, yeah. He said, either somebody can come and pull it apart themselves, or I'm putting a sledgehammer through it. I said, righto, if you do that, bear in mind we're not together anymore.
Oh, the double bunk bed.
So it also took him 40 minutes to realise that it was beyond him.
Yep.
And you knew
as soon as you
instantly.
Go, attach piece A to piece AAE.
Yeah.
You just go.
Come on.
Things are good now, though?
No, we're not together anymore.
No, but things like...
Yeah, you've moved on. You've moved on happily.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
We won't press you any further.
Hello, Kathleen.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. What were you trying to put together?
We brought a desk from IKEA. Our daughter had just started high school and she wanted a black desk. So we went off to IKEA. We brought the desk. There was like 500 odd pieces in it. We laid them all out on the floor in her bedroom. We sat there. We read the instructions. 2 hours later, we were no better off. We couldn't figure out A and A plus and all of the bits that were going together. So we called on our friends that lived up the road to come down and give us a hand. They came down and all four of us sat on the floor. Anyway, we'd been 2 hours. They'd been there about an hour and a half. I decided to go get a bottle of wine and thought,
well, that'll help it.
This will just release the tension.
Yep.
Because it was in the middle of summer. We lived in Penrith. It was very hot. Anyway, we got the desk together finally after about 5 hours. But unfortunately, one of the legs had to have a book under it to keep it balanced.
I'd blame the wine for that.
Thank you for all your calls.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation Podcast.
Down to the J&A Arms for the pub test. Spreading ashes in public. Does it pass the pub test?
Well, this woman has gone to Machu Picchu in Peru, an ancient and protected archaeological site. It was the last stronghold of the Incas. 15th century Inca citadel terraces. It's much revered and is a great tourist destination. People around the world go there. She's gone there with a big plastic bag of ashes and filmed herself just releasing all the ashes of a dead relative. And people are saying, well, that's not right. Everyone thinks that they can do it themselves but don't want to watch other people do it. They've said archaeological areas are not repositories for any type of ashes, much less of a deceased person. Remember when Whoopi Goldberg said that she released the ashes of her mother into It's a Small World After All at Disneyland? That as she'd go around, she'd pretend to be sneezing and she'd put it into the water.
She did it discreetly.
But there's no point of it. What if everyone did it and everyone did it discreetly? That waterway would be full of past people. Is that what you want? We all accept that people are going to spread ashes. Apparently, you know, when Buddy Franklin scored his 1,000th goal, a woman ran onto the cricket ground and put her relatives' ashes everywhere.
Well, Buddy was, that's right.
Yeah.
It was like in The Great Escape. It was coming out of a pant and trouser legs.
Apparently, they say you have to be aware that ashes in their raw form have a pH of bleach.
Right.
So they're not actually good for the environment. It's not particularly a natural thing we're putting back. We've all seen people down at beaches or whatever, and we think that's a nice solemn moment. But doing it in public, you know, as if you're going to get council permission. They say seek council permission, as if you're going to do that. But if you saw 10 people releasing them at a sacred site or releasing them at your favourite beach, your tiny private beach, and there's 10 people doing it, then do you feel differently about it?
You just got to do it discreetly, I would say.
So anywhere's fine by you?
Once I said, don't film it. Don't just keep it to yourself. It's between you and the deceased. We're not all characters living in your main world game.
Ooh, nice.
That's what it is. Just do it discreetly. Don't film it. Just keep it on the DL.
Spreading ashes in public. Does it pass the pub test?
Jam Nation.
I demand entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
Put on your dancing shoes.
Now give me your best shot.
Who better than to unpack the fight between Tyson and Paul than M. Gillespie?
Well, hello. For one night only, here I am talking to you about sport. Don't get used to it, but we will unpack one of the most bizarre moments in modern sporting history today.
And pop culture history. I think a lot of people would have watched this who've never watched a boxing match before.
Exactly.
Most people will know who Mike Tyson is. Who is Logan Paul?
Well, it's Jake Paul.
There you go.
He is one half of a twin. There is a Logan Paul.
Okay.
They're YouTubers. He's 27-year-old, so they're YouTubers turned boxers. Logan Paul has done a bit of fighting himself as well. Look, there's not a lot to say about them. They're really annoying. I'm sure most of your audience are intelligent enough to go on YouTube, watch one of their videos and probably come away hating them. Not to tell you how to feel, but anyway, that's what you need to know about Jake and Logan Paul. Over the weekend, Netflix streamed this fight. It was the first live streamed sports event on the platform. 60 million households around the world tuned in, so they say, but it was not without its problems. Plagued with streaming issues, hundreds of thousands of tech issues were logged because, of course, when you have all of those people on the same platform at the same time,
Of
we
course.
have buffering issues. So the pub that I was at, it's being streamed, it keeps freezing, everyone's, umming and ahhing, waiting for it to happen. People started streaming it on their phones because the 5G was better than the Wi-Fi in the pub. And so you've got people in the room all at different stages of the broadcast on their devices. It was a little bit chaotic.
It didn't freeze on Mike Tyson's butt shot. What about that? He was getting interviewed by his son.
The pre-match interview.
Dad, you ready for tonight?
I'm ready, yes.
How do you feel about the disrespect he's been constantly throwing your way? And is it fueling you to get you more violent result?
I don't pay any attention to it. We're fighting now. Nothing matters anymore.
What's your prediction?
Vicious win.
Vicious win. Thank you, Dad. Love you too.
And son. And
we could have done without that butt shot there.
So to explain that, he walks away from his son.
Wearing a G-string.
He's got a jock strap, I think is the athlete's term, but I thought it was a pair of arseless chaps because he's got something and you just see this zoomed in shot on a big, juicy butt.
How hilarious, just when we're talking about the disrespect and let's just get out there and fight and let's make it vicious. You just see his bum as he's walking away. It looked ludicrous.
It was
there was
vicious,
so much,
the bum.
I didn't see it, but so much I've read about it said it was ludicrous.
Well, the verdict is that it was kind of bizarre, kind of ludicrous. I mean, we've got a 58-year-old boxing great and a 27-year-old man man. And no matter how great you can be at 58, you know, in the boxing ring up against a 27-year-old, that was never going to be easy. And it was 8 rounds of, I'm no expert, but it seemed pretty boring. Like there wasn't any big moment where you went like, ooh, pow, bam, blast. Like it was just... It was quite boring.
But was it sad to see Mike Tyson being diminished like this? Because that other guy's not even a professional boxer, is he?
Well, he's not, but he's been training for a while. It wasn't as sad as I was predicting. I sort of wanted to watch it because I thought it would be pathetic and embarrassing. Right. But I guess, like, he's 58, he held his own for 8 rounds, but it was a unanimous decision.
I would like to, because I'm similar age, and I remember when Mike Tyson first got onto the scene, someone questioned who would actually beat him, and he said, the person that will beat me is not even born yet. And he said that when he was in his 20s. Like, if Mike Tyson went back in a time machine, he would have killed this guy. He would have wiped the floor off him.
Well, speaking of killing and wiping the floor, after the fight, there was an interview with both of them, and they sort of said to Mike Tyson, you know, what's next? And he said, I'll fight Logan Paul. And Logan hit back and was like, I'll kill you, man. And the broadcasters were a bit like, oh, no, don't worry about it, because I think people are worried he actually might kill him. But everyone is laughing straight to the bank or crying straight to the bank. They reckon that Jake Paul won US $40 million for the fight, but that Mike Tyson has taken home somewhere in the neighbourhood of US $20 million. So I think his ego may be bruised. He may be physically bruised, but he's got that butt and he's got that cash.
That's entertainment.
He's got that butt.
And he will live forever in memes.
He sure will.
Thank you, Em.
Jonesy and Amanda. Sam Nation.
Podcast.
We're not gonna take it. I want you to get up right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms. Spreading ashes in public, does it pass the pub test?
Yes, a woman has gone to Machu Picchu in Peru, opened a plastic bag and just sprayed the ashes around. And people are going, this is an actual protected site. It's an archaeological wonder of the world. Well, not literally, but it's not a repository for ashes of a deceased person. We all think if you think you're going to do it discreetly because you want to do that. But what if everyone did that? Whoopi Goldberg said that she put her mother's ashes in the water as she went around. It's a small world after all. Is it okay to put ashes wherever you feel like it? The tribal drum is beating for this. Spreading ashes in public, does it pass the pub test?
Oh, no, it doesn't. That's so bizarre. It's not good for the environment. What's the world coming to?
Well, yes and no. I had to get permission to take my mum from Sydney to Hobart and then get permission to take her on a helicopter and scatter her ashes at Cradle Mountain. So I think if you get the approval, it's okay.
We had a daughter passed away 20 years ago and we spread her ashes on Lake Macquarie. So I think it's not an issue.
Yeah, I think it passed the pub test. I know of ashes that have been spread on Leichhardt Oval and Redfern Oval. Where else are we supposed to go? If you don't want to go in a box in the wall, you've got to put them somewhere. We all go back to the earth somehow. So, yeah, definitely pass the pub test.
Just keep it on the DL.
What if you just wanted to drop a skeleton somewhere? How would people feel about that? Just clogging up the waterways and it's a small world after all.
Jam Nation.
You're in Brisbane on the weekend?
I went up to see my dad. He's amazing. He's 90. And until this year, he really, apart from the day he was born, he hasn't spent a single day in hospital. My brother and I think we got mum's bones. I've had hip replacements. Cameron's come off his bike and has had broken ribs and a head knock and had to have blood drained from his brain.
Well, if you come off a bike, is going to be
but he's got
collateral damage.
Got arthritis in his hips and a whole lot of stuff. But Dad is like a bull. He just keeps going. But this year it's all starting to get a bit harder for him. And he's got some dementia now. And I know a lot of you are going through this where it's so hard to see your parent diminished and when you kind of become the parent in a way. And I was helping because so we went up there and we went to visit him and he was a bit short of breath. He had a bit of gastro and he wasn't feeling great. But still full of good cheer and funny and all the stuff he always was. But he phoned up later and said he thought he needed to go to hospital. So my brother Cameron and I took him into the hospital and just helping him out of his shirt. He's so thin now. He wears, it's like, the opening scene of Get Smart with all the buttons and the locks. He's got pants with a belt on as well as braces holding all of that up. But to put the gown on him, because they wanted to do a chest blah blahs, just seeing his little soft skin and just seeing him so diminished.
And your dad doesn't usually go to hospital. He's one of those guys that...
Never been.
But he never rings as a panicky Pete.
No, and that's why we knew. And we have had that lecture many times with Dad saying they and we would rather you were in there than being sick at home. So that's exactly right. But there was a moment where we saw that he hadn't really been taking all of his tablets. He's forgotten to take them, ironically, because there is dementia, anti-anxiety, all this sort of stuff that keeps all of that maybe a bit more at bay for him. So I had such gratitude to Cameron and his wife, Kerry, who are taking such good care of Dad. Dad lives on his own, and we're trying to find a place for him to be. But, it's just hard. And Dad, who was always the funniest, sharpest person in the room, to see him not remember things.
Yeah.
He knows who we are and all of that, but you give him some instructions and he's forgotten them by the time you get to the end of the instructions. And everything has to be written down. He's got this diary. It looks like that scene from A Beautiful Mind. It's just all over the shop. But what was great is that afternoon when we were driving him to the hospital and we spent hours in the hospital waiting for him to be sorted out, Cameron and we laughed and laughed. It was great. And Dad's, we've always been a family who have told each other we love each other, but we laugh at each other as well. And it was a really nice afternoon and we spoke about what Dad wanted at the end, and he doesn't want anything. He doesn't really want any of that. Yeah, but we were laughing about how we're going to bury him alive because we're getting sick of it now. So it's all that kind of, that's so much our family. But my children called up to check that their grandfather was okay. Cameron's kids called up and I said to Dad, look at that. Look at this legacy of love that you're leaving. And when we grew up, were your parents like this? Did you ever say, I love you? Our generation, Anglo-Saxon parents, I don't think did. We knew we were loved. We didn't ask them to tell us that. But after Mum died, something in Dad loosened a bit and he's always said, I love you. And we all do that with each other now in a way that we didn't when we grew up.
It's true. Generationally, my kids are more tactile with that than we were when I was... I didn't even hang out with my dad until I was about 30. And it was because my brother-in-law one time, they said, we're going for yum cha. And I said, well, why aren't I coming along? And they said, you can come if you want. But my brother-in-law and my dad had a better relationship when I was 30. So it took all those years.
Yeah, it's interesting. You do move away and your parents are your parents. And then at some point you think, what interesting people. And then at some point you see how fallible they are. And now I see how vulnerable he is. But as I said to Dad, when I said to the kids, this isn't that weekend. This isn't that moment. This isn't that hospital stay. But who knows when that will be, because he's 90. But as I said to Dad and to Cameron, we've had nothing left unsaid. Oh. So anyway, I came away. Oh. He's got a clean bill. He'll outlive all of us. He's got a clean bill of health as to what's going on in his body.
I was so relieved when you texted me and you said he was okay.
Yeah.
That actually took a great burden off me on the weekend.
But it was hard seeing his dementia because I think Cameron's kept a lot of that from me because of stuff we're going through with Harley at home.
Of course.
I said, no, I was so pleased to be able to see Cameron, I see what you're doing and thank you.
You didn't.
It's hard.
You didn't feed him that egg, did you?
No, I didn't. It's funny. You'd made a joke about making us all sick by me giving him a hard-boiled egg that had been on the desk overnight. No, I didn't. Nature had taken care of. Nature had given him gastro a few weeks ago and he was still dealing with that.
Well, I'm glad Art's on the mend. That's good to hear.
Well, he
is.
He is. Like, but, gee, it's hard to see.
Of course.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation podcast.
Always a thrill to talk to our next guest. Rhys Nicholson is known for his razor-sharp wit, his fabulous style, and, of course, as being one of the judges on the Stan original series of Drag Race Down Under. He joins us now.
Here he is.
Rhys.
Good morning. It's so early for a comedian.
Come on.
Whee!
Can I just give you praise? I loved your character in Fisk.
Oh, thank you.
Because in the world that, and I've been in this business for a long time. But
I know
now,
you won't stop sending me emails about that.
there's a lot of inductions now. You can't have a cup of tea without.
You can't say anything anymore.
You've got to have
But when we first moved into this building, we had a big induction, and you had to do the whole induction before you're allowed to get a Keeps cup.
And what happens? in the story of in Fisk is that you're in one of those hubs where people go and...
The workers' hub.
And so what happens, the guys from Gruber and Gruber have to go and work in this hub because there's a death threat hanging over them. And you're the induction guy.
I'm the head of
I'm
vibes.
Leo. I think of myself as kind of the head of vibes here at the hub.
That's fun.
You can come to me with basically anything except for tech support. That's Casper's department. So, you want to follow me? I'll show you around the space.
Oh, stop.
Sorry, am I going too fast? I always do this. You know what it is? I get very excited when we have a newbie.
I'm just really busy. I've really got to get to work. So if we could do all this and the vibes and the tap stuff a bit later, that would be great.
Well, that's your desk there.
And could I get the Wi-Fi password?
I usually give that out during the induction.
Right.
You know what the thing with that is that, for years, because I'm in the very first scene of the very first episode of Fisk, but like years ago, because I know Kitty pretty well, Kitty Flanagan that makes the show, and like Tom that makes it with it, and like they were like, oh, we've written a character for you. And then, about 6 months ago when we filmed that, they're like, we've written this character. They sent me the script. It's like, this is for you. We thought of you when we wrote this. And, like, it's just a complete asshole. That's who I am. They're like, we wrote this character and you're the first person we thought of. A complete nightmare human being. Yeah. But, hey, then I got to just be myself wearing someone else's clothes. That's what acting is.
How excellent. With Drag Race, this show is famous for highlighting inclusivity and helping people through some vulnerability. It's been so influential. Who are some of the favourite characters that you've met while you've been on the show?
On the show, it is one of those things where, I mean, obviously, RuPaul, but like, it is one of those jobs where I come into work and because we've all had these types of jobs where like it's easy to take things for granted, and then every now and then, like, you know, in the next episode this week, this Friday 5 p.m. only on Stan, G-Flip is like, and so you get to just like kind of just meet proper people and then like see them kind of just in their natural habitats. I don't know. It's like, it's very odd to me that I essentially do inductions with them as well, where I, as the judge, I get to kind of tell them, you know, oh, that's where the bathrooms are and stuff like that. And you can look Michelle in the eye, but like not too long because you will turn into stone. And no, I don't know. Like, do you mean like specific people?
But also like the kinds of characters you meet as the judge, the lives you see in front of you.
Oh, okay. More of a deep answer.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be.
I don't know. Like, drag in our countries, Australia, New Zealand, we do a very particular thing, and it is character work. Like, as in, and getting to see the queens who are essentially plucked sometimes out of obscurity. Like, these queens, they send in their tapes and they're working in nightclubs at like 2 o'clock in the morning to mostly drunk audiences. And then suddenly they're standing on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race, or Drag Race Down Under, good fix. And they are suddenly kind of chucked into the limelight, and seeing how they deal with that and seeing like the proper artistry. Like, drag is an art form unlike any other. You have to be able to be a performer, a seamstress, a very crafty person. Like, and this season particularly, there are some queens in this show that, like, you know, I don't usually dip into the comments, but I've been having a little look, and people are so impressed by Australian drag right now.
Well, we went down the path. Remember that I was, you decided
that's right.
to put me in
to celebrate this show a couple of years ago, Jonesy was given a makeover, and it was quite extraordinary. It wasn't just like the footy show, put some makeup on. It was
My sister was outraged because she said, "You look like me."
Did you go the whole hog?
Well,
did you?
What's the
what
whole
do you mean,
hog?
whole hog? I didn't.
Did you tuck?
No.
No,
I didn't do the tuck. No, actually, I didn't even think of the tuck.
No,
It wasn't
you
required,
got to think of
sadly.
the tuck. You got to think of the tuck.
Actually, that's scary. It wasn't even a thing.
No, you got it, and it's a real look.
No, but I was wearing a full dress.
Okay, that's a good point.
It wasn't tuck worthy.
Yeah.
Although we had to come up with a name, and this is Amanda was caught unawares on air.
I was just reading out the ideas. But what we do need today is your drag name. We're asking for suggestions yesterday. Brendova, that was one.
That's yours, isn't it?
Hayley Davidson, Kawasaki me off. I just read that out without pre-reading it. I saw the words and just read them. I do apologise. That's pretty good. It's a bike theme, Kawasaki.
Indeed.
And so you were known as Kawasaki me off.
I like that. And so what was yours was Brendover?
I was going Brendover or something like that, but you know.
I always liked I always thought mine would be Diner Hunger. I think that's not a bad one. It's maybe a little, I don't know how much corporate work I'd get with that one. But Diner Hunger. Welcome to the stage, Diner Hunger.
I always thought Diabetes.
Oh, that's nice as well.
But then see, you're going to offend somebody with that.
Well, you can't do anything these days without offending someone.
Bloody, you got to do it in induction.
You got to do it. To get your keep cup, you got to get an induction.
I mean, even the way the drag names go, I like the camp ones. Like even in our season right now, we have a queen called Lazy Susan, and I think that is such and like from season 1, the best drag name of all time, I think, is Karen from Finance. Like that's just a dumb, silly.
You had that?
Yeah, we had Karen from Finance. She's an incredible queen. Like just silly ones, but then there's ones like on the American ones. There's ones called like Milk and stuff like that. And I think we can go. I like the camp ones. I like an Irish queen called Patio Furniture. I like that. Like
But it's got to be creative, and that's what it's about. And
Michelle Collection.
There you go,
Michelle Collection.
I see. It's a slow burn, Reese. Watch the Stan original series of Drag Race Down Under now on Stan. Reese Nicholson, always a treat to have you on the show.
Lovely to see you.
We've got some news coming up with Natasha Lee. Alan Jones, I've just seen this. Alan Jones has been arrested over indecent assault allegations.
Cripes.
Well, I'm going to go. Good to see everyone. Good luck.
End us with a laugh.
Bye.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast. Are we ready?
I was born ready.
Ready, willing, and able.
Let's go already.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was ready.
Just to be clear, it was Alan Jones that was arrested in Circular Quay, not me, Jones.
No.
Just so, because people don't listen fully, I don't want to be...
Let's hear Radio Jones.
Radio Jones. So just that story...
Hey, you'd be in the news, Brendan.
There's always an upside with you, isn't there? Away from that, thanks to Natasha Lee for that, the barometer of how Sydney or the city feels about something, and this is something you were discussing before.
Well, this is a very interesting article that I've been reading. The plea for a Macca's run from your kids has turned into people screaming for Starbucks, according to many parents. Now, Starbucks has been in Australia for about 2 decades, has never been particularly successful until now. Starbucks has taken off because Australians have fancied themselves, and quite rightly, as coffee punces. We don't need Starbucks because we have great coffee here. But thanks to TikTok, the younger generations, Gen Z and Alphas must be the younger than Den, they're the gametes of the world, are taking to the things like strawberries and cream frappuccinos and all the TikTok quirky kind of pumpkin spice bizzo that you get from Starbucks. So Starbucks is declining around the rest of the world, declining in the States, declining in China, but it's getting a real kick here in Australia. It's interesting, isn't it?
I don't see the big deal.
What do you mean?
The big deal with Starbucks.
Well, also, those drinks, and as you get older, you realise they're filled with calories. Whereas I'm sure Gen Z and Alpha, they're young enough to burn it off in their lives. How irritating. But yes, I'm not a Starbucks fan, but I'm not a coffee drinker. And I don't go in for these big, sugary, sweet things either.
You know what this is perfect for? The whip poll.
Put it to the whip poll. Starbucks, does it pass the whip poll?
No, it's not passing the whip poll. The whip poll is the barometer of what people think.
Okay. So the pub test is does it
barometer of what people think at the pub.
And the whip poll is what they think when they're being whipped.
No, there's nothing about whipping.
It's just about Alan Jones. All right, Starbucks.
Allegedly.
Starbucks. How do you feel about Starbucks? We're putting it to the whip poll.
To the whip poll.
Okay.
It's the temperature of the city.
Of course it is.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation
Podcast.
The barometer of how the city feels about something.
Is the pub test?
No, it's the whip poll.
The whip poll. Today we are putting Starbucks to the whip poll. Listen to some of the ones you can get. The Betty White Frappuccino.
Well, what's in that?
When she turned 100, they put out the Betty White Frappuccino, white mocha Frappuccino, a pump of hazelnut syrup, a pump of vanilla syrup, top it off with caramel crunch topping. What's this? Barbie Frappuccino, key lime pine refresher. What was the one your girlfriend was drinking, Ryan?
Yeah, Alessia got on the weekend a salted pretzel Frappuccino.
Yeah. Did you have a sip?
Yeah.
Nice?
It was really, good. Yeah, but it had pretzels all throughout it, sprinkles.
This is why the TikTok generation are embracing it, just as the rest of the world is turning away from Starbucks.
Yep.
And Starbucks didn't really do anything in Australia. It's been here for 2 decades because we saw it as coffee and we had better coffee. But now with all these quirky drinks, people, the younger generation, have discovered Starbucks.
The last time I went into Starbucks, I was in New York City because I just wanted to use their lube, but I had to...
Did they have one?
They had a lube, but you got to buy a coffee. So I just buy a flat white coffee or a cappuccino and I'd use the loo and then I'd have to go to the next Starbucks. It was like a self-fulfilling thing.
Yeah, maybe back off the fluids.
So I gave up and I just started going to pubs instead. And that's for another 60 seconds.
Well, let's put Starbucks, what are we calling this? The whip poll. Starbucks, how do you feel about it?
The temperature of an issue. Kelvin is with us. Hello, Kelvin.
Good morning, guys. Starbucks, you can keep it. All it is a bunch of sugar put into a coffee because their coffee stinks.
All right.
Okay.
We'll
Thank
let
you,
them know
Kelvin.
how you feel. Thank you, Kelvin.
Carolyn's with us.
Hi, Carolyn. What do you make of Starbucks?
Oh, my partner and I love it. I'm a big Frappuccino fan since my gallbladder removal, and I got to tell you, I love it, and their almond croissants are bloody brilliant.
Oh, okay.
So when you gallbladder, I would imagine that you would have to back away from the sweetie fatty stuff.
Yeah, well, skim milk is definitely a good choice to have.
All right, thank you.
What gallbladder? I don't need that.
Tanil, hello, Tanil. Do you like Starbucks?
Oh, look, I actually think in Aussie we have plenty of good coffee and it's more of a US thing, so they can shut up shop and stay in the US.
All right. Well, thank you. After 20 years, stay in the US.
Belinda is with us.
Do you like your Starbucks, Belinda?
No, I think they have to put all those extra flavours in to make it taste good. That's the only reason they've got all those flavours, because it's horrible. No.
All right.
Go
Thank
home.
you.
Go back.
Go home.
Go back to where you came from.
Don't be so harsh. Brad?
Hi, Brad.
Yeah, no, I'd prefer to give it to the corner Aussie coffee shop than give it to some major US conglomerate. Better coffee and goes to a better cause. So,
right.
jam it up your Jatsy.
All right. Well, let McDonald's know that when you next go there.
Everyone's getting really hostile about this. Jess.
Hello, Jess. Are you into it? Are your kids into it?
I never really thought it was very much in America. I hated their coffees, but my tween here decided she really wanted to have one, so I went and got one with her, and I got a pumpkin spice latte, and oh my gosh,
Are they
it rocked
delicious?
my world.
Really?
It was incredible. It was amazing.
Because I
I'd go
see them
back
keep
there.
talking about that in American movies and things, that at this time of year all the pumpkin spice stuff comes out.
Yep.
It's worth it, is it? I might have to have a little visit.
She wasn't successful in the Spice Girls whole pumpkin
spice. She was hard to dress.
And Simon. Did she look like Mike Tyson after a press conference?
Hello, Simon. How are you feeling about Starbucks?
It's like the bubble tea. It's like a sugar bomb.
Yeah.
And it's not for you?
Not for me. I like sweet things, but it's American sugar bomb. No wonder they're all so slim.
God, brought out all the aggression today. Who knew that people would be that cranky about Starbucks?
What was the temperature on Starbucks?
I think we're taking the dog's temperature there up the bot.
Jam Nation.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
We, at the end of next week, are giving away $20,000 for our favourite ghoulie of the year. What have we got today?
So what gets my ghoulies is cocktails with way too much ice cubes in them. I do want my cocktail to be cold, but I don't need 3/4 of the glass to be full of ice cubes. I take 2 sips and either my lips stick to all the ice cubes stuck in the top or my drink is finished. They need to go steady on those ice cubes, not as many, so that we get more cocktail and less ice.
It's true.
Absolutely.
One margarita.
Absolutely. That's so very true.
How does it go again? One margarita.
How does it go? One margarita. I can't remember how it goes. What else have we got?
Hi, Jonesy and Amanda. What really gets my ghoulies is facial recognition, or more importantly, Face ID on my phone. It's pretty quick to point out when I'm having a rough day and it can't recognise me, whether I've got makeup on or not, etc. So thanks to technology, really kicks you when you're down. Face ID gets my ghoulies.
Yep, it's another good ghoulie.
what happens.
Yep, first thing in the morning, my phone says, "Who is this?" And after I put on my Barbara Cartland makeup, it vaguely recognises me.
You face who dis. How with the bad and with the good? If you've dipped out, you can contact us via the iHeartRadio app. It's 4 to 9.
What a great prize. Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend wins a double pass to Cirque du Soleil's Lucia. It opens in Sydney next week, playing at the Entertainment Quarter under the iconic Big Top for a limited season.
You also get the Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and key ring. My marriage works well these days because I don't assemble anything that my wife buys from shops. So IKEA, or case in point, the Weber barbecue that we
She
bought.
did it, and then she discovered after step 25 that step 2 was an addendum.
There was an addendum. There was this ginormous piece missing from it, and she said, well, what's this from it? And on the back of the piece, addendum. She had to go back to step 2.
And you gloated like a fool.
I didn't gloat so much, but I went, you should perhaps read the instructions.
Yeah, you wearing a cricket box? The tribal drum is beating for instructions, Smuctions.
Yeah, that's one fine-looking barbecue pit. Why doesn't mine look like that?
Danny from Wattle Grove called us. There'd been bunk beds that her husband said, don't worry, I'll put these together. 45 minutes later, he came out in a terrible rage. Years later, they had to try and take them apart because they were selling the house. How's everything going for them?
He said, either somebody can come and pull it apart themselves or I'm putting a sledgehammer through it. I said, righto, if you do that, bear in mind we're not together anymore.
So that's nice.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Ugly Phil's up next. Another chance to win everything that you need for Christmas with WSFM's Oh Christmas Free.
We'll be back from 6 to 9 for Jam Nation.
We'll see you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over. Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tear, baby, dear, from your eye.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.